They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game. Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralled him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 133 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that has operated.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Previous play is under review.
And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Harris running straight ahead. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Ravens at 6 and 4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Damian Harris Harris with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here come the Browns now for their first drive. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson. To throw is Watson. Throwing to start the drive. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And Chubb will try the middle here to about the 48-yard line. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 5 carries, 64 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Got an open man. It's McLeod. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And he's got it down to the 28. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
So the completion good for just 3. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Offense returns to the field. There's the running back, the bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Again, it's Harris on second down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
You know, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They run again with Harris. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They'll try the right side with Harris. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
And that's exactly what you're looking for, the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Watson off play action. Wide open, Amari Cooper finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Watson now to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
To throw again on second down. Watson. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. There he goes right side. 20. 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Holding offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now it's Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Hey, you gotta snap it. You gotta snap it.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down. Watson looks to throw again. Flush to his right. Drops it off for Chubb. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Tucker now for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Watson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that are watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Tucker with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Throwing after the interception, Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Watson, here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Watson on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
On first down, it's Watson. Completes it right side to Cooper.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
To throw again on second down. Watson flushed out right.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Watson.
Quick slant completes into Njoku. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. 3 yards remain for second down.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw, Watson. And it's caught. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'll run again with Harris. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 31. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On the give, this is Harris. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Damian Harris with career touchdown number 75. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum.
Back now in Baltimore, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Watson's throw complete there to McLeod. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. And this one too low. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Able to complete this one to McLeod. He'll get it inside the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Now Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Credit that sack to Travis Jones. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ray McLeod from 8 yards out. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Offense returns to the field. There's the running back, the bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see him back. Just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Come on, set. Ready.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
156 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. Over the middle. That's caught by McLeod.
Time now.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Watson. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. So 5 yards here. 5 on the play. And it's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Watson gets this one to Cooper. On the move past the 40.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Let's go.
They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.